Today's practice is focused on the gunas, and the gunas are basically a description of your state of being, and there are three of them. So rajas is on one end of the spectrum. It's like when you're very energetic, but it can also be like when you're very agitated. That would sort of be the negative side of rajas. The opposite end of the spectrum is tamas. So tamas is like a heavy quality. It's a little bit more grounded, steady, thoughtful. The inverse of tamas, like when it's not manifesting in the most positive way, is like lethargy and laziness and Netflix binges, right? And then somewhere in the middle is what we call sattva. And sattva is the state that we're kind of always aiming for. It's really the balanced state. It's the state of luminescence and radiance, and it's really like the midline or the midpoint between these two energies. So it's sort of embodying the positive manifestation of both and sealing it into the perfect state of being. It also happens to be the name of a mattress company, and every time I see the ad for the mattress company in the New York Times, I'm always like, that's a perfect name. It's a perfect name for a mattress company because it is about cultivating this state of pure balance. So as we move through the practice today, we're going to note where we need a little more rajasic energy or energized, amplified energy, where we need heavy grounding energy, that's the tamas, to dial us into this place of a sattvic expression in the posture. And there's a technical term for this, which is balanced action, which we're always going for in every single pose all the time. But you personally are on one end of the spectrum or the other. You will be more tamasic in a certain posture or more rajasic in a certain posture. So it's not only about me cueing you into that sattvic place, but it's also about cultivating that awareness of where you are on the spectrum and kind of starting to be aware of it so that you can pull yourself into the sattvic place. Okay, so we're going to start by really trying to create a balanced breath. So sit up tall and make sure the base of your pelvis is supported. Close your eyes and rest your hands in any way that feels comfortable. And we all have to make this adjustment now. It wasn't always the case, but with phones, etc., the shoulders pitch forward. So slide the waist back so that the shoulders can move back in space and the arm bones can move back into the shoulder sockets. And then level the chin, and for most of us it feels like we're tucking the chin to slide the sides of the throat and the head back. And now invite a deep breath into your body. And as you breathe, it's going to take a few rounds for you to feel this. Notice which part of your breath, the inhale or the exhale, gets the most attention. And then really bring your breath into balance. Make your inhale the same intensity and duration as your exhale. And for another minute, enjoy your balanced breath. And this is from the Gita, a description of the gunas. Sattva, pure, luminous, and free from sorrow. Rajas is passion, arising from desire and attachment. Tamas, born of ignorance, deludes creatures through heedlessness, indolence, and sleep. When sattva predominates, the light of wisdom shines through every gate of the body. Let's allow this balanced breath to be the physical manifestation of the sattvic state so that as we move, we stay very connected to this balanced breath. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. We're going to chant the sound of Om just one time together. Inhale. Om. Release your hands and blink your eyes open. Come onto your hands and knees for cat and cow. And let's face toward the blocks. So start to move with your breath and let it be really free and organic. So inhaling to open up for cow, exhaling to round for cat. But give yourself some time here. So maybe you flip the breath. Maybe the cat is the inhale. Maybe the cow is the exhale. And maybe you're wiggling a little bit, opening up through your neck, little hip circles. Just kind of get here. Get here through a little bit of organic movement. And start to notice where you're at. Like, are you really amped up and energized, or are you feeling a little lazy and slow? And just know, okay, so the energized place, that's the rajas, a heavy, sort of uninspired, not wanting to move, that's tamas. And we're gonna just dial it into the middle as much as we can. On your next inhale, come to what feels like a neutral tabletop and stretch back to downward facing dog. And same thing, yeah, give yourself 2, 3, 4 breaths, a little pedal, a little wiggle, arrive. Now there's parts of the body that need to be more rajasic, that need to be energized, so a softening can be created in another part of the body to create an overall balance. So here, arms and legs work really hard. Firm the thighs, press the tops of the thighs back. From your upper back, engage your arms and extend down into your hands fully, so that there's a natural and almost an easeful opening in the spine. So the limbs work really hard, so the middle doesn't have to work quite as hard. Take one more big breath in. And as you exhale, just walk your hands back to your feet. You might need to separate your feet a little bit wider. We're going to take a shoulder stretch. So clasp the hands behind your back. Either clasp and stretch knuckles up toward the ceiling and forward toward the front of your mat. The waist is more tamasic. It's heavy. It's just responding to gravity and lengthening against the force. Now, if you're really tight in your hamstrings, you have to bend your knees quite a bit so your belly and your thighs touch to allow that sort of tamasic lengthening in the spine. But the arms are incredibly energized, rajasic. The shoulder blades hug firm on the back. From your upper back, you're stretching your arms as long as you can to open the fronts of the shoulders. And then very actively, the heads of the arm bones move away from your pelvis. Take one more big breath in and a full breath out. Notice which thumb is clasped on the outside, and then release your arms to the ground and take a big breath in and a full breath out. Reclasp again, a shorter hold this time, but with the other thumb on the outside. Hug the blades on the back and stretch to whatever degree you can. And feel the breath, balanced breath. Remember, it's the foundation upon which we're building the entire practice today. Every day, but really today it's the most important piece of what we're doing together. Release your hands to the floor and hang kind of like a rag doll. It might require you bending your knees a little bit deeper. Sway side to side, maybe open and close your mouth, shake your head out, yes and no. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. And slowly walk your hands forward, coming into downward facing dog. That same idea where your arms and legs are working with a lot of intensity. Tops of the thighs press back, triceps hug in. Lift your right leg up as you inhale, and exhale your right foot forward, right to your right thumb tip for a crescent lunge. So squeeze the legs together and rise up. Bending your back knee is great if that's the way you do the form, exactly. And if you want to straighten your back leg, 100%. Either version is great. All the alignment actions are the same. Your feet hug in. They're very energized, rajasic, energetically pulling to the midline. The inner left thigh spirals back and widens to the left. I'm sorry, that's the left thigh. And then the outer right hip pulls back. Root your tailbone down and draw your belly in and up with a lot of vigor, a lot of intensity. Yeah, beautiful, Raquel. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Take a big breath in. Exhale your hands to the floor and step back to plank. Hold plank for a full breath in and a full breath out. Good. Take one more big breath in, and it's like we're flirting with chaturanga. Bend your elbows an inch or two. Inhale back up. Exhale, bend an inch or two. Yes. Inhale back up, and one more, an inch or two, and back to downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up and exhale the left foot forward. Engage your legs as you rise to crescent. You're bending your back knee if you need, or the leg is straight. I want you to watch out for on this side, and Raquel's doing it so beautifully, that the left hip point is lifting off of the left thigh. So it might require you bending the right knee in order to create that lift. See if you can bend a little deeper into your left leg. So as the legs squeeze in and are very rajasic, can you get grounded in your legs more, make them heavier, more tamasic? Against that, lift through the sides of the waist and find this sweet balance between the fire of the rajas and the heavy quality of the tamas. Take one more big breath in, both hands to the floor. Step back to plank. Now pause in plank. Put a little more weight in your right hand. Put a little more weight in your left hand. A little more weight in right foot. A little more weight in left foot. And then even into all four corners of this posture. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. Notice what's happening with your jaw. Relax it. Take a big breath in. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Give yourself a couple breaths. Pedal, wiggle, whatever you feel like you might need or want to do. Bend your knees and look forward. Step, or hop your feet to your hands. Lift and lengthen through the spine so the heart is nice and open. Exhale and forward fold. Lengthen on your inhale. Bring your hands to your hips, elbows to the sky, and come all the way up to stand. Stand in Tadasana. So just like you did in plank, feel where the balance place is. So feel the four corners of both feet. So rock side to side on your feet and front to back in a circular motion, and just start to feel what those points are. The base of the big toe, the base of the pinky toe, the inner and outer heel. And as you slow down the movement, settle where you feel like you're balanced truly on all four corners. So sometimes it takes experiencing the extremes to really dial ourselves into that middle place. Inhale and stretch your arms up over your head. As you exhale, forward fold over your legs. Lengthen on the inhale. Plant your hands and step back to plank. And remember that movement in plank, those four corners, root down through all four. Take a big breath in. Exhale, lower forward and down to chaturanga. Inhale into cobra pose. And then hang in cobra, root your tailbone down more and press your feet into the floor, and then see if you can lift your hands up for a little hands-free cobra. Just feel actually how much rajasic energy is required in your upper back, and maintain it as you put your hands back down on the floor. Maybe you lift up a little higher. Right, beautiful. Lower your chest back to the floor. Press through hands and knees for this first one to go back to downward facing dog. For a full inhale, and a full exhale. And a deep inhale, full exhale. Take a deep breath in and lift your heels high. Exhale, step, or hop, feet to hands. Lengthen as you inhale, forward fold as you exhale. Inhale and rise all the way up to stand. Take your time. Exhale, hands to the heart. A little more dynamically. Inhale and stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen on the inhale. Plant your hands, step, or hop back. Your exhale is chaturanga. Inhale into Bhujangasana or Urdhva Mukha. It's totally your choice, gorgeous. And back to downward facing dog. For a full inhale, exhale, step, step, or hop, feet to hands. Lengthen as you inhale, fold as you exhale. Inhale and rise, root down into your feet, lift through your belly, hands to your heart. Last one. Inhale and stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen on the inhale. Plant your hands, step, step, or hop. Your choice. Lower down, beautiful. Come into your back bend and back to downward facing dog. Just for one inhale. Bottom of the exhale, step, step, or hop, feet to hands. Lift, lengthen, and fold. Rise to stand. Hands to the heart. And come back to your Tadasana, just that little rocking, side to side, front to back. Tap back in with the four corners and consciously try to balance on all four corners. Feel almost like there are roots growing down from the bottoms of your feet into the floor, past the floor, into the earth. Make that root system really clear in your mind's eye for your right foot and hug your left knee into your chest. Now, as you pull your left knee in, there's going to be wavering. You're going to be wavering on these four corners, but know that it's the sweet pulse as you move back and forth from rajas to tamas to find that balance, literally and figuratively. You're going to do tiny, tiny squats. So bend your right knee just a little bit. You're just flirting with it. And straighten the leg. We'll do it with the breath. Inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, straighten. Keep pushing your left knee into your hands. Inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, straighten. Now hold the knee where it is in place and bring your palms together in front of your heart. It's the briefest of warrior threes. So you're going to bend your right knee so you have some functionality in your right hip. Kick your left leg back. Straight line from heel to crown of head. Beautiful. And then step all the way back for crescent. So we're landing a crescent, same pose we did earlier. Now this time, I want you to find more expression in every direction. So hug the feet in like we did the first round, but send that direction up through your belly, up through the back waist, lift and curl back. Take one more really big breath in. As you exhale, hands down to the floor. Step back to plank for a full breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, curl into your back bend. Now notice back to downward facing dog. If you feel like you've done enough plank chaturangas, I want you to really clock that, and you're going to skip these when I introduce them. Lift your left leg up. Exhale the left foot forward for warrior two and spin your back heel flat, rise up. Activate your legs so there's a lightness, there's a levity in the upper body. This looks great. Bend a little deeper into your front knee, and then reverse warrior. Lift the left arm up and stretch up and back. Squeeze your legs together so much that there's so much power underneath you. You can straighten your left leg as you keep reaching back for this reverse triangle. That looks incredible, Raquel. Keep lifting the left hip up. As you come upright in your torso, reach the left hand forward for Trikonasana, triangle pose. You might bend your left knee a little bit. You might use a block on the outside of your left shin or ankle. I'll grab you one. Straighten your left leg to whatever degree you can so you get this full rooting into both your legs so that there's a lightness and a lift through the sides of the waist. And then breathe that balanced breath. 2 breaths here. That sattvic, sweet, luminescent breath. Look at the floor with or without a block. Ardha Chandrasana. It's very brief, just as brief as when we were in our warrior 3. Extend in all directions for a full breath in. And as you exhale, both hands come down first, and then let the right foot meet the left, about sit bone distance apart. Fold over your legs. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale and rise up to stand, arms and gaze up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Feel the four corners of your feet rooting in your Tadasana. Maybe there's just a little shake side to side and front to back to get you rooted. Imagine that root system again. It's growing underneath your left foot. Hug your right knee in. And this time, let's really find the extension. So push your knee forward into your hands. It's tremendously helpful in you holding the physical balance. Inhale, bend the left knee. It's just a tiny bit. Exhale and straighten, triggering some of these stabilizing muscles. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. One more time. Bend and straighten. Keep your right knee lifted, palms together in front of your heart. You'll probably want to bend your left knee in the transition to Warrior 3. So a little bend, kick your right leg back. Try to keep it as straight as you can. The lazier that leg is, the harder it is, right? Bend the left knee and step all the way back. Land crescent, arms up. Activate the legs like crazy. Make sure you're not dumping in your low back, right? That's tamasic. That's a heaviness. So root your tailbone down and lift your belly up. Find the rajasic quality to your belly. And then lift. Even lay your head back. Open it up. Beautiful. Take one more big breath in. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back to plank and check in. Is it right for you to go to chaturanga? Is it sattvic? Is it balanced or not? If not, down dog. If it is, flow. Chaturanga, back bend, downward facing. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale the right foot forward for Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So it's this constant dance between being heavy and engaged, being rooted and lifted. Squeeze the legs together, reverse warrior. Try to bend deeper into the front knee so you're stretching the whole right side of your body. And then get so grounded in your feet that like the energy has to go somewhere. So you root down into your right foot and stretch your right leg straight. Reverse triangle. Now my big ask is that you keep the rajasic quality, that you keep the lifting and the lengthening of the right side as you reach up toward the ceiling. Keep reaching as you fold out for Trikonasana with or without a block. What do you think, yay or nay? The more you push down into your right big toe, the more you can pull your right hip back, and then the more freedom you find in the right waist. As soon as our left foot lifts when we head to Ardha Chandrasana, keep the left leg active. So right hand forward, float up into half moon. The right hand will come forward and slightly off to the right. The left leg lifts, but the left leg has to be very energized in order to hold the midline. Take one more big breath in. Both hands down, square the hips, and then land left foot next to right for your forward bend. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward, fold. Inhale and rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. So keeping your feet sit bone distance apart, bend your knees and stretch your arms up for like an Utkatasana. And then take your arms into a cactus shape. Tilt the elbow tips forward and the fingertips back. Yeah, and find that opening across the chest. Take one more really big breath in here. As you exhale, forward fold over your legs. Let your head go. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. One more here. Big breath in and a full breath out. Plant your hands and come into downward facing dog. And let's lower the knees down to the floor. We're going to take either dolphin or pincha mayurasana. So dolphin is down dog on your forearms. Pincha mayurasana is forearm balance. But this posture is challenging for many reasons. One of which is that most of us have pretty tight shoulders, so we have to work to find actually a tamasic quality in the foundation of this pose in order to be able to support the rajasic extension of the legs up toward the ceiling. And then we're just trying to dial in a literal balance as we come up into it. So we'll start in dolphin, and then some of us will play with the steps to kicking up or kicking up. So forearms down, your forearms are like train tracks. backs. They're parallel, meaning they'll never intersect. Notice that your inner wrist is curving away from the floor. It's supposed to. The bone curves in that direction. But energetically, I want you to get heavier. I want you to get more tamasic in the thumb, index finger, and that inner wrist, even though that inner wrist is never touching the floor. And then the tamasic quality that I'm talking about is, I call it melting the heart. You guys have heard me say this before, but Raquel's in perfect alignment right now, so round your back for a moment for me. So this would be very rajasic, pushing the floor away with so much intensity that your back rounds. We actually need that in the muscles of the arms, but the upper back needs to soften and get heavier, like a meltier tamasic. Great. So it's the rajas on the arms, the melt of the heart. Come into dolphin, lifting your knees up. So it's down dog on your forearms. The hard part is that you need to use the effort in your arms to keep looping the shoulder blades on your back to open your heart. Gaze can be in between your elbows or slightly forward. More advanced practitioners, your head can really be anywhere. You could be looking back toward your feet, but the top of your head does not touch the floor. Friends who want to play with a little bit more, step one foot in and lift the other leg up, flirting with just a one-leg dolphin. Lower that leg down, lift the other leg up. For most of us, that's plenty. Lower the leg down and take a child. For you guys who want to play with forearm balance, come onto your forearms, stretch into dolphin, and you'll kick up with whichever leg you wish. You don't need me, huh? It's sometimes nice. As much as you're pushing down into your forearms, dolphin or pincha, lift up through your feet. Yes. And there's the balance, Sattva. Take a big breath in. Wherever you are, breathe out. If you're up in your hand balancing, lower back down. Right to child. And feel how that's it's energetically uplifting. It's a rajasic thing to balance on your forearms. So tune back into your breath. Notice that the inhale probably has a little bit more influence. So just dial it back into that sattvic place. Come onto your hands and knees. And bring your right knee forward for pigeon. Fold forward. Get yourself set for a pretty good stretch. We're not going to be here for very long, so you want to make sure that your shin is far enough forward that you're getting a hip opening. If you place the foot too far forward, all your hips are going to do is be rajasic. They're going to grip and they're not going to open. So you want to really make sure, play with where the right shin is in space so that your hips actually descend toward the floor. There should be a tamasic energy in the pelvis. Come up onto your hands and stretch back to downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal, wiggle, whatever you feel like you need to do. Left knee forward. Fold over your front leg. Just a couple more breaths. Allow the back of your pelvis to be heavy. And slowly come up onto your hands, downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward to your hands, and you're going to come down to sit however is easiest for you. Extend your left leg and bend your right knee. And twist and fold over your left leg for Janu Shirsasana. Most of the practice is rajasic by nature. We're on our feet. It's energized. It's athletic. And then there's the section toward the end of the practice that is by its nature more tamasic. And we really have to dial in the balance of those two. Inhale and come back up. Extend the right leg and fold the left leg in. Twist and fold over your right. The right side naturally shortens, but with your breath, you're trying to create length and balance through both sides. And it's never going to happen because of the form of the pose, but you're encouraging the sattva even in each little sort of minor expression of the pose. Keep pressing your inner right thigh down as you come back up to sit. And we'll sit in a comfortable cross-leg seat. And very simple twist. So right hand at the outside of the left thigh, left hand behind you, just upright seated twist. So as you inhale, breathe length into your spine. As you exhale, twist. Legs heavy. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, twist. One more time. Lengthen and twist. Untwist. Uncross legs, recross the other way. And twist in the other direction, left hand to the outside of the right thigh. With every inhale, lift and lengthen. With every exhale, belly in as you twist. Lift, lengthen. Belly in as you twist. Last one. Lift, lengthen, and twist. Unwind, and we can turn sideways. We're going to come sit. We have 1 minute. And we're going to focus as we just take 1 minute to breathe on the madhya, on the midpoint, the gentle, minute kumbhaka, the pause in the breath at the top of the inhale and at the top of the exhale, which is really, it's the sattvic place. It's the midpoint where nothing is happening. And this is the place that we're trying to connect with more and more. Many philosophers call this midpoint in the breath is really like the place of the heart. It's the place, the doorway to consciousness. So close your eyes. 1 minute to breathe. So no manipulation of the breath. It's just your natural inhale. You'll feel the briefest of pauses there. And a natural exhale. And for some of you, you might want to linger a bit longer. If you're more advanced, you can kind of hold in that empty space before you take the next part of your breath. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Take a deep breath in. Bow your head to your heart. Namaste.